Happy Sunday and welcome into our coverage of men's water polo here inside of Kinney Natatorium as two of the top teams in the nation collide here in Lewisburg. The two number 20 ranked teams in the nation according to Collegiate Water Polo Association, and Navy and Bucknell both tied at that position. Underway here from Bucknell University. Jack Ridenauer here with you as we give a little bit more about these two teams as we continue to work our way through this first quarter. Navy with early possession. Inside for Rory Began. Back out for Kiefer Black, who is the leading scorer for this Navy team on the season. Slammed home on the backside by Holden Seabold, and he gets it through David Dimitri. So Navy on the board first, thanks in part to Holden Seabold. Take another look here, just a beautiful pass by Began, and then just right over the outstretched arms of David Dimitri. Bucknell coming off a split performance yesterday, fell in the first meeting against GW in a thrilling down-to-the-wire finish, but came back later in the evening with a 13-8 win over Johns Hopkins. While for Navy, they had a bye weekend a weekend ago. Last played on September 29th, taking down Mercyhurst 18-7. As the midshipmen looking for a third straight win versus Bucknell. Foul that comes against Jovan Judovikic. Back up top for Seabold. Great defense by Matt Reichman, the senior from Venezuela. And a shot clock violation in the early going against Navy. So Bucknell with a chance here to try and get on the board themselves. Here's Tunnicliffe. Strikes, and it's blocked by Ryan Munch. Ryan Munch, one of the three goalkeepers that this midshipman team uses. The other two being Jack Hightower and Jack Rodoni. Back on the other side for Kiefer Black. Honorable mention All-American a year ago. Comes up empty on the strike. It stays a one-goal difference in the early goings of this first quarter. Back on the other side, a quick outlet by Dimitri, but it goes awry as Jovan Judovikic can't catch up to it. Navy looks to counter. Bucknell trying to pick up a fifth win in the conference, not to mention pick up a second straight win after beating Johns Hopkins last night. Began charges his way through. Surveys, trying to get around the outstretched arms of the Bison defense. Navy up 1-0, just a little bit more than 2 minutes into it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. The shot clock violation. So another strong defensive stand by the Bison. Second shot clock violation against Navy. Back come the Bison, trying to get on the board as they trail 1-0. Looking to avoid a second loss in their last 3 matches. Inside for Judovikic. Inside the 2, and it's partially blocked. Seabold gets a piece of it. A defensive-minded battle in the early going. Just about 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. I mentioned how last year Navy, as a matter of fact, won not just 2 meetings, but 3 against this Bucknell team. So the midshipmen trying to get a 4th consecutive win against Bucknell, as the Bison have not defeated Navy since November 18th of 2022. Foul against Navy, but the shot clock resets. Back up top for Seabold. Waves around. Here's Black, the leading scorer. Cross strike, and it goes through. Luka Sekulic gets another one to go through, and it extends the Mids' lead to 2-0. Take another look here. Just great passing all around the perimeter, and then Sekulic wasting no time getting it through Dimitri. Sekulic now with his 29th goal of the season, pulls it into a tie with Michael Heller for second on the team. Back to play we go with Bucknell trailing 2-0 in the early going. Ogleday with it, pestered by Seabold. Gillard has got Collingwood on his arm. Bison started slow yesterday against GW. Able to come back late in that match. Exclusion against Navy, so a chance here for the Bison to capitalize. Gillern. Inside the 2. Back out for Stefanovic. More for Udovikic. Stefanovic looks for an opening. Mogulte gets it through. And the Bison finally on the board to cut down on this deficit. Halfway gone in this first quarter. And Mogulte here just waiting his time. Gets it. And then finishes it right off of Ryan Munch's head. Mentioned about Navy coming off an 18-7 win against Mercyhurst, but they have struggled as of recently, dropping 2 of their last 3 matches, trying to avoid a 3rd loss in their last 4. Wrestling match with Tunnicliffe along with Black. Leads to the whistle favoring Black. Up top for Collingwood. To the center, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now 3, 2. Collingwood has to fire, but doesn't get it off in time. So another shot clock violation, the 3rd in the first quarter for the Navy midshipmen. And Bucknell with a chance to tie it. Stefanovic to do that, and he does! Alexis Stefanovic on the beautiful outlet by David Dimitru. Goes 1v1 with Munch and puts it through. And after, again, another slow start here in this first quarter for Bucknell, they quickly wake up, more than halfway gone in the opening frame. Ryan Munch on the season, playing in now just his 6th game in between goal for the midshipmen. He's allowed 20 goals on the year. And I'll give him 22 goals that he's allowed through. Black swims around, waves, and scores. Midshipman leader in points along with goals, now reaches goal number 50 on the season. Take another look here, just blows past everybody. And Dimitru left in a predicament in the 1v1. And Black, who last year as a freshman was an All-American honorable mention selection for this Navy team. Navy back in front, 3-2. There's Mogulte, who last year was a top 3 goal scorer for the Bison. Stefanovic. There's Gillern. Foul that is inside of the 5, so another exclusion against Navy. The aggression starting to bite the midshipmen some. And a chance for the Bison to once again even things up. Stefanovic from the point. Lobs it in. Mogulte just wide. Nearly stuck it through, but just could not finish it. Take another look here at how close Bucknell was to this 3rd goal. Tunnicliffe just buying his time, and then inside for Mogulte, right at the center, but just could not put it through. Sekulik drives in. Matt Personsuk gets fouled and gives it off. There's another shot clock violation against Navy. The midshipmen frustrated that there was no foul against Gillern. Inside of 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, Bucknell down by 1. Trying to avoid a 2nd loss in their last 3 matches this weekend. Lobbed up for Gillern, reaches back. Another exclusion against the midshipmen. So a man-up advantage here for the Bison. And now it looks like a reset based on the shot clock not working at the moment. 3-2, Navy leads with minute 24 to go. Bison trying to snap Navy's 3-match winning streak, check that 4-game winning streak against Bucknell. Stefanovic, top for Udovikic, they play catch. Tunnicliffe, Stefanovic, blocked, Munch with great timing. Udovikic unable to stick it through, it stays with Bucknell. Bison once again trying to tie things up here in this first quarter. Udovikic off the crossbar. But a whistle against the Bison. So the stick back goal by Matt Reichman, no good. Take another look here. Bucknell with a strong offensive set, but iron unkind to the Bison. The follow no good by Reichman. Back on the other end, it's Ray Prasarsuk. Sekulic waves, strikes, and it's blocked. Back down for Bucknell, 33 seconds to go. Bison trying to pull even before the end of the quarter. Looking for their first win against a ranked opponent this season. Both teams come into this morning tied for 20th in the nation, according to the Collegiate Water Polo Association. 13 on the shot clock. About a second separation between game and shot clock. Tunnicliffe. Stefanovic with 4. Whistle with now 2. And it's blocked at the buzzer by Munch. Gillard frustrated, he could not tie things up. And Navy escapes out of the opening 8 minutes with a 1-goal lead. We'll take one more look at it here. Bucknell thought that they had that equalizer, but it's Ryan Munch that steps up to the task. We'll take a break, come back for the second quarter to see if Bucknell can pull even and even pull past the number 20th ranked team in the nation in Navy. All coming up next, right here on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel. Back here inside of Kinney Natatorium, 3-2 Navy leads. The two number 20th ranked teams in the nation colliding here in Lewisburg. Bucknell trying to snap their losing streak against Navy and pick up their first win against the Midshipmen since 2022. Jack Ridenauer here with you on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel. Bison also trying to avoid a second loss in the last 3 matches here in home water. There's Black. Began, space, lobs it over, blocked by Dimitru. Sekulic thought he could sneak around, but to no avail. And David Dimitru, see here again, he was fooled earlier in the match on a play like this. You can see Sekulic at the top of your screen. Find some space, but Dimitru reads it well. Once again, the Bison look to even things up here at 3. Midshipmen trying to avoid a 3rd loss in their last 4 matches. Sent through, but to nobody. And Ryan Munch out of the goalpost to corral it. For Bucknell coming into this weekend, their last win was against Mercyhurst as well in a 20-5 decision. Dimitru again stonewalls the shot. Holding Siebel this time, the one trying to sneak it through. Back for Black. Sophomore sensation nearly sticks it in, but Dimitru ushers everyone down pool. Now we start to see the sophomore keeper settle in nicely. Great strike from distance, but just not enough to get past David Dimitri. Stefanovic. Foul that comes against Navy. This sets up a penalty shot as it comes inside of the 2-meter line. So the Bison here with a chance to tie things up with Tyler Hedblad to take this penalty shot. Hedblad and Munch. Munch wins the battle. Keeps Navy in front by 1. The Bison's offensive struggles continue. You see Hedblad just buying time and again trying to pick his spot. Exclusion against the Bison, so the first real man-up situation that Navy's had in this first half. Collingwood at the point. Began has space. Top shelf. Navy extends their lead to 4-2. So the Bison facing their largest deficit of the early going. Trying to secure a big win here against a fellow ranked opponent. This would be Bucknell's first win against a ranked opponent this season. They have faced quite the schedule of ranked opponents this year, but the same for the midshipmen. Rod lofts it down. Stefanovic. Pass intended for Gilman, but an errant one, and Black on the takeaway. Looks for Garahy. Leaks out, 1v1 with Dimitru. With crossbar. And the Bison avoid trouble. For Navy, a missed opportunity to extend this lead to 3. Nice outlet by Black, but Garahy just cannot find his 22nd strike of the season. David Dimitri, very similar to yesterday, a slow start in the first quarter, but really woke up in the second and third quarters. Bucknell, that loss against GW yesterday, had a second half surge, but came up empty, losing by 1. Navy comes back down on the counter as we approach the halfway point of this second quarter. Here's Heller, all-conference performer in 22. Dishes it off, but it's Dimitri with a block on Garahy. Rebound back out to the freshman from California. Off it towards the center, loose ball, and Stefanovic tosses it away. Bison bench coming to life. Timeout taken. Keep it right here in the timeout with 4:14 to go in this second quarter. 4-2 Navy lead. Midshipmen up by their widest margin of the morning, but again, this is a team that comes into this one struggling as of recently. 7th-year head coach Louis Nicolo trying to crack the code of this very tough Bison defense. Despite 4 goals already, Navy could very well be in front by even more. A couple shots that have been blocked and some that have gone off the crossbar along with the post. Navy came into the weekend having lost 2 of their last 3 matches after starting the year 5-0. But they quickly ran into the tough stretch with a couple ranked opponents, including the number 6 ranked Princeton Tigers and number 7 ranked Pacific. While for Bucknell on the other side, started the year 2-3 for their first 5 matches, dropped 3 of their next 4, to go to 3-6 through the first 9 matches. But coming into this weekend, this Coach John McBride-led Bison team had won 3 matches in a row, and by pretty wide margins for the most part. But that streak came to an end yesterday afternoon against GW. Picked back up, though, where they left off with a win against Johns Hopkins last night. Trying to make it a second consecutive win here this morning, not to mention snap Navy's 3-match winning streak against Bucknell. His teams faced off 3 times last year, all 3 going to the midshipmen, including the most pivotal one in the playoffs that allowed for Navy to advance to the MAWPC Championship and bounce Bucknell out of the title match. Bucknell trying to avenge that loss here this morning. Stefanovic. Great interception by Black, using that 6'7" frame to his advantage. The tallest player in the pool for Navy. Springs the midshipman free. Here's Heller. Heller last year was an all-tournament selection. Works his way inside. A scrum near the post, and it sticks in. Great persistence by Sam Collingwood. You see here, just works his way down into the defense. The loose ball. And Hassan Mokhate also looking off to the side, wanting a call, but does not get it. And now Navy throws the lead to the biggest of the morning, a 3-goal advantage. Here's Mokhate. He had a big goal yesterday against GW to tie things up against the Revolutionaries. Here's Gillern. Against Navy. So Bucknell here with a chance to capitalize, and they do. Alexis Stefanovic came into the weekend as the team's leading scorer, and he continues to show that by pulling the Bison within 2. The loose ball that Stefanovic is all over. Little give and go. The Bison's leading scorer from not just this year, but also last year. Had 60 goals on the season in 2023. Makes this a 5-3 match with 3:17 to go in the second. Navy looking for a 12th win overall this season. Black. Offensive foul against Navy. Black and Tunnicliffe get into a little scrum on the near side, but Dimitru to the head to Gillern. Mokhate draws contact. Mokhate and Stefanovic both had 2 goals each in the loss against GW yesterday. Exclusion against Navy. There's Gillern. From the point, gives it off. Stefanovic from the wing, can't bounce it through. But the reset stays with Bucknell. Sean Tunnicliffe, who had 12 goals a year ago, came into this weekend riding high and had a big performance yesterday against Johns Hopkins. Gillern bounces it home. All of a sudden, it's a 1-goal difference. The Bison on a 2-0 run. Looking for a big stop and maybe an equalizing goal. See Gillard here just circles around and finally fires it past Bunch. Gillard came into the weekend with 22 goals and 9 steals. Very widespread attack for the Bison, but also the same for the midshipmen. Midshipmen team that finished second last year in the MAWPC Championship after losing to Fordham in the title match. Shot that bounces through. Ryan Irwin gets his name in the stat sheet. Throws the lead back to a 2-goal advantage for the midshipmen. With a lot of daylight, it just simply slides it right past Dimitri. Score a year ago for this Bison team as a junior. Stefanovic, all-conference performer, wards off the defense. Turnover. Great defense by Quinn Bartlett to disrupt the offensive flow for the Bison. Inside of 2 minutes to go until the half. Bucknell down by 2, and Navy trying to make this a 3-goal difference, the biggest lead of the match. Made for Sarnsuk. Inside, hounded by Gillard. 9 on the shot clock. Another violation against Navy offensively. Here come the Bison trying to make this a 1-goal match inside of a minute and a half to play until halftime. Hedblad. Hedblad hit with the offensive. So the midshipmen on the counter. Trying to lengthen the lead. The lead for pretty much the entirety of this first half. Trying to match the largest advantage they've had thus far heading into halftime. Minute to play. Lobbed in, Stefanovic all over the loose ball. Stays with Garahi. Side to the center, 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Great defense by Matt Reichman to cause the takeaway. Bison trying to make this a 1-goal difference. 40 seconds. Udovikic twirls away. Stefanovic with daylight, and it's blocked by Munch. Gillard trying to get it on the rebound. Frustrated that there is call against him, and now a timeout taken by Navy with 31 and a half seconds to go until the break. A 6-4 midshipman lead. Trying to calculate and figure out how they can get past David Dimitru for a 7th time this morning and extend this lead going to the break. Navy has struggled on the road this year, 1-3 in their 4 road matches, but have protected home pool, going 5-0 when playing in Annapolis. Bucknell on the other end, 0-2 on the road, but 5-2 here at home. Looking for that 6th win here inside of Kinney Natatorium on the season. Not to mention pick up a huge win versus a ranked opponent for the first time this season. Both teams deadlocked at number 20 in the CWPA rankings. So you have to imagine that the winner of this one will maybe springboard ahead the standing sum going into Monday. Back to action. At a second or two separation between game and shot clock. Up top for Heller. Black. Can't find an angle. Irwin. Garahi. Goes awry. Shot clock turned off, 10 seconds to go until the half. Bison trying to pull within 1. Dimitru with it. Now 5. Stefanovic. It's fouled. .8. And just off the crossbar. Almost put it into a place Munch could not reach, but comes up empty. We'll take one more look at this last second goal. Almost made it a 1-goal difference, but we go to the break. Navy in front 6-4, trying to pick up a 4th straight win against the Bison. All coming up next, right here on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel. inside of Kenny Natatorium as we get set for third quarter action. Navy in front 6-4. Two teams that are deadlocked at the number 20th ranking in the nation according to the CWPA standings. Doing battle here in Lewisburg this Sunday morning. Bison trying to pick up a second straight win after beating Johns Hopkins last night. Not to mention trying to avoid a fourth consecutive loss at the hands of the midshipmen. Jack Ridenauer here with you as we are off and running for second half action. Opening possession won by the Bison. Schultz chases it down. Bison have trailed for pretty much the entirety of this one outside of a brief tie in the first half. However, the midshipmen have struggled with avoiding exclusion penalties. 11 to shoot. An opening goal in the second half for Alexis Stefanovic. All of a sudden, it's a one-goal difference. Stefanovic, who a year ago had 60 goals to lead the Bison, it's a beautiful aerial pass by Schultz. And then Ryan Munch just left in the dust and cannot save it. And now the Bison with a chance, if they can get a stop, to tie things back up. And yesterday's matches for Bucknell in both against GW and Johns Hopkins, they opened the second half on 5-1 runs. Helped them out to beat the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins, but ultimately fell by 1 to the Revolutionaries. Offensive foul against Navy, and now Bucknell with a chance to even things up at 6. Navy trying to avoid a third loss in their last 4 matches. Continue their winning ways against this Bison team. Stefanovic. The exclusion against Navy, man up for the Bison, a chance to tie. Tunnicliffe. Stefanovic can't find a window. Gets it again. Inside and put through. Reichman ties it at 6. Eerily similar to yesterday, this Bison team really gets charged up for the second half. You see the quick passing around the perimeter and then into the center for Reichman. Came into the weekend with 15 goals on the year. Navy now at level playing field with the Bison. Trying to go back in front. They've again controlled the pace of this one for really the entirety of the first 2+ quarters. Bison double team pounds Billy Zech. Zech. Back up for Bartlett. Big strike, but Dimitri gets a piece. Collingwood can't put it through. And the Bison all of a sudden with a chance to take their first lead of the match. See it again here. Dimitri reads it well, and not to mention the iron helps out the sophomore. Shea Gillern makes his way inside. A race for the 50-50 and just out of the reach of Mogurte. So Navy here dodges a bullet, avoids their first deficit of the morning. Leak out here for Sekulik. Stefanovic turns away Zech. Against Bucknell. And now Coach John McBride wanting an explanation. A reset here. Coach McBride frustrated, trying to argue his case. Looks like Coach McBride still not pleased with the explanation he's receiving. Tied up at 6. Coach McBride trying to push his Bison past an even 500 overall record this morning. Come into this one 7-7. play later this afternoon against Mercyhurst. We'll also have coverage of that one for you on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel. Louis Nicolo, the 7th-year head coach for Navy, getting an explanation on his side. And he seems to be in a little bit more agreement with the call, but still frustrated about something. And it looks like Coach McBride actually wins the argument. Coach McBride really reaching down in his bag of tricks as maybe half coach, half lawyer, if you will. Either way, Bison ball, a chance to take a lead here. Only 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Bison trying to pick up their first win against Navy since 2022. Stefanovic. Cross pass. A foul against Navy. Gillern gets hit with it, and a penalty shot comes for the Bison. Stefanovic to take it, and a chance here to give the Bison their first lead of the match. Does just that. Fires it right past Ryan Munch, and the Bison take their first lead, and that forces Navy to call a timeout. We'll take another look here. A 1v1 chance, and it's put away by the Bison's leading scorer. We'll take a break, come back to see how Bucknell can maybe grow this 1-goal lead, or if Navy can make a comeback. Coming up next on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. Bison capture their first lead of the morning, go up 7-6. Trying to hand Navy a third loss in their last 4 matches. Not to mention push the midshipmen below 500 in the conference. Have to hold on to this lead. Again, Bucknell very similar to yesterday. Come out of the gates hot in the third quarter. Did have little trouble against GW yesterday morning in holding off the Revolutionaries' comeback on their end. Pass to the center for Garahy, but goes awry. And Dimitru tells everyone to get back down. The Bison looking to grow the lead here. Vikic checks back in for the Bison to take out Gillard. Vikic has played a very high level internationally, part of the Serbian national program. Played on the U19 national team at the Junior Men's International Water Polo Club. Right now trying to get his team to a 5-2 conference start. Strike up top, goes through. It's Reitman again with another ripper. Blows the lead for the Bison to the biggest it's been this match. Momentum on their side now. You see Reichman battling for position and finally gets it past Munch. Ryan Munch has had trouble in this second half with shielding away some scores from this Bison offense. Both teams with very potent offenses, very widespread attacks as well. Bison had 8 different players score yesterday against Johns Hopkins. Prey Sorensen can't put it through. Once again, it's Dimitru with great timing. See portion, trying to grow this to the biggest lead either team's had this morning. Judovikic. Stefanovic. Judovikic mishandles. 3.5 to go until the fourth. Exclusion against Navy. So once again, a player up here for the Bison. Trying to make them pay, but Stefanovic can't fight it through the trees. On the rebound, sticks with it. Possession stays with the Bison. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Bison looking for a second consecutive win. Bruce. Judovikic extends the Bison lead. 9-6. Biggest advantage either team's had all morning long. Great patience all the way around in Judovikic, who continues his stellar freshman campaign. Gets it right past Munch. And now Navy staring up at the deficit, in jeopardy of dipping below 500 in the MAWPC after this morning. Came into it 2-2, but 11-5 overall. However, after that 5-0 start to begin the season, they have since gone 6-5 over their last 11 matches. Shipman now looking for some answers. Set here for midshipmen. Mentioned about Ryan Munch, the starting keeper today for Navy, getting action in now his 6th game of the season. Does have a team-high 565 save percentage as opposed to Rodoni's 480 and Hightower's 345. So now there might be a tad bit of confusion maybe about the clock. Like one of our referees is trying to figure out the conundrum. Thanks for joining us on your Sunday morning. Jack Ridenauer here with you in this MAWPC men's water polo match. Both teams tied at number 20 in the nation. There's Black. Top of being an honorable mention All-American last year, Black, who as it now was also the conference Rookie of the Year a year ago. Irwin, 5 to shoot. Navy's got to hurry. Irwin unloads and somehow feathers it past Dimitri. The midshipmen pull within 2. At first you're thinking an errant pass, but then all of a sudden Irwin gathers it back, tries to bull his way through the defense. Once again, Dimitru just left looking at the aftermath. Great shot by Irwin. Irwin was a tremendous water polo player in high school out of the state of California. Bucknell empty on the possession, so back down for Navy. A chance for the midshipmen to all of a sudden pull within 1 on their end. Comes Austin Kahn. Irwin has it blocked. Great defense by Mogulte. The 6'4" senior from Turkey using that long reach. Back on the counter go the Bison. Judovikic goes with the backstroke. 1-on-2. Gets sandwiched, and Judovikic draws a penalty against Navy. Comes inside of the 2, so another penalty shot for Stefanovic. Looking to lengthen this lead back to 3 for the Bison. By Munch. Fabulous timing from the freshman keeper from California. Stefanovic Thought he was going to unload this one past Munch, but the freshman says not so fast. Maybe with a chance to make this a 1-goal difference. Sekulik works it around for Williams. Irwin, Williams from the point. Sekulik. So that goes against Bucknell. Exclusion against the Bison. Mogulte hit with the penalty. Irwin connects. 1-goal difference. And after Navy holding the lead for most of this match, they have all of a sudden a chance to tie things up on their end. See the patience by Ryan Irwin. First team All-CIF selection in high school. The state of California, the freshman getting things done. Irwin came into this match with 11 goals on the season. Jack Murad had 8 goals a year ago for this Bison team. Running down to the final minute in the third quarter. Bison clinging to a 1-goal lead, but an exclusion against Navy. And now a timeout called by the midshipmen to try and organize themselves on this man-down disadvantage that they have. 9-8 lead for the Bison. Bucknell has grabbed their first real lead in this third quarter. Trying to hold on to it and snap their losing streak that goes back to 2022 against the midshipmen. Fell all 3 times last year to Navy, twice in the regular season, but once in the MAWPC championship. Coach John McBride's Bison were denied an opportunity at a title a year ago, which would have been their first since 2021. Navy came up second in the tournament last year, lost to Fordham. Impressive year for the midshipmen, 21 wins overall. It's a program that has been one of the top in the nation going back to their inception back in 1982. Right now they lead the head-to-head against the Bison 92-29, and again, 3 wins in a row. Bison trying to change that here in home pool. Schultz, Stefanovic. Bison can't find an opening. Tunnicliffe unloads, blocked. Recoils back to Stefanovic. His strike somehow sneaks through. Bucknell enters double digits and extends the lead to 2 goals. Alexis Stefanovic had 2 goals against GW yesterday. Picks up another goal there. And with 40 seconds to play in the third, Bucknell trying to clasp onto this lead going into the fourth. Looking for a second consecutive win, and for Navy looking for their first win in about 2 weeks when they last played. Had a bye weekend a weekend ago, so trying to shake off some of the rust here, but running out of time to do that. About an 11-second difference between game and shot clock. 18 on shot, 29 on game. Sekulik fires it inside, looks for Zetch. Zetch draws contact. Collingwood works it through, and it's tapped home. Zetch somehow pushes it past Dimitru. It's back to a 1-goal difference. Second time today that Dimitru has been lost on a lob play. We see here Dimitru just out of his reach and tapped home by this Navy offense. Billy Zetch with the goal. Came into today with 18 goals, 18 points. It's a crucial one there to make this a 1-goal match. Shot clock turned off, 10 seconds to play. Bison looking for a last-second goal, and Mogulte is denied. The rejection inside. Loose ball out for Munch. Final few seconds wind down. And Collingwood can't get a shot off, and the Bison crawl out of the third quarter with a one-goal lead. And they're 1 quarter away from snapping their 3-match losing streak to this Navy midshipman team. We'll see if they can do that all coming up next in the fourth quarter on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel. Trying to formulate a plot to get themselves back into this match. After leading by as many as 3 in the first half, they trailed by as many as 3 in this second half. 8 minutes remain in regulation. This does not get figured out in regulation. We go to a 3-minute overtime period. Either way, Navy going to continue their dominance all-time against Bucknell, get a 93rd win ever against the Bison. But Bucknell right now in the driver's seat, not looking to give up the wheel anytime soon. Jack Ridenauer here with you. Thanks for hanging out on your Sunday morning. Just 5 minutes away from the afternoon, so I'll have to keep watchful eye of that one. It's been back and forth in this match, but Navy controlled the tempo in the early going. Then it was a flurry of goals that came through for the Bison in the third quarter. This really seems to be a third quarter team in Bucknell as we're underway here. The midshipmen with the opening possession. Irwin, he's had a couple big-time strikes today. Inside, whistle against Bucknell. Maybe looking for a tie. Black, Irwin, unloads, and bounces it home. Tied up at 10. Take another look. This inside-outside ball movement starts with Black, takes up a lot of pressure away from his teammates, and Irwin fires it home. Shake out very similar to yesterday morning's meeting between Bucknell and GW. Very similar field where Bucknell trailed, then came back in the third, and then was a back and forth fourth quarter. Mogulte with 15 to shoot. Trying to give his Bison the lead right back off the crossbar. Can't put it home. And Mogulte being pestered constantly. Finally comes up with a big look, but just cannot find the back of the net. Seabold. Collingwood. Inside the 2. Pass through, but it's errant. Zetch cannot catch up to it. Against Schultz, it stays with Seabold and the midshipmen. Irwin for the point. Back-to-back strikes from that same spot, and Navy recaptures their once lead. defense all around by this Navy team. And Bucknell trying to get themselves now back into this one. Ryan Irwin, the freshman, has been phenomenal to say the least this morning. Trying to help his midshipmen to a second straight win and avoid a third loss in their last 4 games. Stefanovic inside the center, searches for Delane. Explosion against Navy. Reset though. The penalty coming inside of the 5. Stefanovic leaps for it. Schultz inside. Delane turned away by Munch. Ryan Munch starting to crank up the defense here in the 4th. Keeps his midshipmen in front by 1. Always hold your breath if you're an opposing team when Stefanovic has it. He has it right there on the wing, and a beautiful pass to Delane. But just cannot stick it home. A timeout taken. Take one as well. 11-10, Navy in front, clinging to a 1-goal lead. And now it's the Bison playing comeback right here at Kenny Natatorium. Back to action here at Kenny Natatorium. Navy has jumped back in front of Bucknell and grabbed their first lead since halftime. Trying to extend it here. Not quite 2 minutes gone in the 4th quarter. Black takes a look. Collingwood by Prasansa. Black finds a hole and a goal. The sophomore having himself a morning and into the afternoon, just hanging around near that 2-meter line. And Dimitru left looking at the aftermath. Not getting a well-deserved rest. 12-10, Navy back in front, trying to secure a 4th straight win against the Bison. Now they are just a little bit more than 5.5 minutes away from accomplishing that. Barad, hounded by Garahy. Explosion against Navy. And up chance here for the Bison, trying to pull within 1. Stefanovic doesn't like what he sees. Back to Stefanovic. Schultz unloads, and somehow it gets through Munch. The power from Ian Schultz just imposing his will from the point, and Munch goes one way, but the goal goes the other. And the junior from Bellevue, Washington, pulls his Bison back within 1. Tremendous water polo player. Check that, Ian Schultz, both tremendous water polo players in high school, but Schultz, the goal scorer out of Newport High School. He's a very talented player in the state of Washington. Well, Navy with it, trying to go back in front by 2. Neither team has led by more than 3 goals in this match. Midshipmen trying to avoid dipping below 500 record in the MAWPC. by the sophomore. There's a reason why he was the Rookie of the Year last year and an All-American. And an unfortunate rebound as it goes off the crossbar and then off Dimitru's back. Bucknell can't catch a break as now they once again face another deficit, down by 2. Stefanovic leaks out. Irwin hit with the foul. Explosion against Navy. Coach Polo not happy with the call. Player up advantage here for the Bison. Stefanovic. Schultz. Back for Stefanovic. He's making a one-goal game, and he can't. Irwin gets a piece of it, just enough to disrupt the shot line. And now Navy charges back down into the attacking portion of the pool, looking for that once 3-goal advantage. Collingwood reaches for it, but foul that goes against Garahy. So the center freshman whistle for the infraction. Halfway through this 4th quarter, Bucknell losing at the moment and running out of chances to come back. Ron gets it through and makes it a 1-goal difference. Intensity starts to rise here at Kiddie Natatorium. And a much-needed goal there by Jack Murad. At 92 goals in his high school career at Menlo School in California. And the junior once again pulls his Bison closer, but now again Navy with a chance to keep that arm's length separation from them and their conference opponent. Which takes his time. Black come to life here in the 4th. Just off the crossbar. Heat-seeking missile for the conference Rookie of the Year. Take another look at it. For that separation. Gets it. What? Goal not big enough. Another timeout will take one as well. 13-12, Navy in front. Trying to carry this one to the finish line to move to 3-2 in the MAWPC right here in Lewisburg and at Kiddie Natatorium. Check that, we're actually back to play. So quick timeout. It looks like there might have been confusion on if there was a timeout call. Not the case. So apologies for the confusion, but we're back to action. 13-12, midshipmen in front of Bison. Navy looking for a 93rd win all-time against Bucknell. Stefanovic, back for Bruce, they play catch. Bruce can't reach for it. It's from the wing. Stefanovic from the point. And Munch keeps it out. Great reaction by the goalkeeper. And Navy hustles down the miss. An impressive job by Munch. Nearly gets past him, but able to whack it away. And Navy in the driver's seat, trying not to give up the wheel right now. Began. Irwin with one on the shot clock. Off the post. Recoils back out for Navy. Began. Hounded. Gives it up into the center. The whistle that goes against Greg Nordheim. Reset that comes for Navy. Inside of 2.5 to go. Sekulik. Irwin. Siebel. Working along the perimeter. Bob through and in. Setch sneaks through the back door, and Dimitru cannot close it quick enough. 2-goal lead now for Navy. The patience. How calculated and tactical, the approach all the way around for Navy, and Dimitru again gets caught on some of those lob plays. So having to hustle as we wind down to the final 2 minutes, trying to avoid a second loss in their last 3 matches. Stefanovic races ahead. Bounce it over. Looks for Headblad. Violation against Navy. Once again, another exclusion, so a flare-up advantage for the Bison. Tunnicliffe. Stefanovic. Headblad. Fires, scores! 1 goal difference. Minute 40 to go. Navy holding on, but they feel the Bison nipping at their heels. Just fabulous timing all around, and stuck home by Headblad. Despite Munch coming to life here in the second half, he has been tested greatly.
Let's go, Navy! Come on, Navy!
Bucknell trying to prevail here, get back into it. Massive possession for the midshipmen right here. To make it a 2-goal difference with a little bit more than a minute to go. Irwin. Siebold, 14 to shoot. Collingwood into the center. Zech denied. Dimitru with the wall. Rebounds back out though for Navy. Siebold in pursuit. Foul against Headblad. They throw it away. So Navy coughs it up inside of a minute to go. Violation against Bucknell. Costly mistake. Navy up by 1. 55 seconds to go. The midshipmen trying to eat up as much clock as they can here. Navy could put this one away. Garahy takes time, finds Collingwood. 8 seconds to shoot in the shot clock. Ricochets around and out of play. So we reset here from outside the pool. 34 seconds remain in regulation. Bucknell down by 1, a chance to tie it, to try and keep this match going into overtime. Navy, though, trying to escape out with a win, but not before a timeout by the Bison. We'll take one with them and see if Bucknell can tie and extend it, or if Navy gets out of here with a win. Next in Lewisburg and inside of Kinney Natatorium. Massive play coming up. Navy clinging to a 1-goal lead, but Bucknell possession. The Bison in a similar situation as they were in yesterday against GW. Down with a chance to tie on the final possession. Shot clock turned off. Bucknell can hold for this last shot, trying to push this one into overtime and keep their chances at a 5th conference win alive. Stefanovic, 23 seconds to play. Mogulte from the point. Stefanovic looks for an angle. Gets blitzed. Garahy gets hit with a foul. 13 seconds to play. Mobertay, hounded, unloads and it's blocked. Collingwood denies it. Recoils back out. Hedblad with 10 to shoot. He gets mauled in the pool. Hedblad can't tie it. What a job by Munch and crew to keep the midshipmen in front. We'll take another look. 2 cracks at it and Bucknell empty on both. Final seconds wind down, and that does it. Navy comes out of Lewisburg with a 14-13 win, despite giving up their once lead from the first half in the second half, and Bucknell cannot complete the comeback. Bison moved to 7-8 overall, 4-3 in the MAWPC, while for Navy, 12-5 overall, 3-2 in the MAWPC. And for the Bison, they have a chance later today to get back into the win column as they'll take on Mercyhurst. I want to give a big shout out to our entire crew here today. Alex Brevig, our producer and director. This is Jack Ridenauer signing off. Once again, a final score from Kinney Natatorium, 14-13. Navy prevails. As always, it's never a goodbye, simply a see you later. Right here and only on the Bucknell University Athletics YouTube channel.